start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Well, the Nuggets lucky to have him. Thanks, David. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard. Nice open look, but it's no good. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one after the win against the Warriors.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
It was really that second wave in the rotation that took the offense to another level.
Well, Smitty, we're coming down the stretch here. Talk about the mental toughness needed to finish a season strong.
You know, I think you got to have that. Everybody talk about the game physically, guys making shots. And we all know there's some teams and players, they all do that well. But who's the tough team that can get through the tough times? That's when you see the teams that can get over the hump and you start to say, I like that team.
Here's Beverley following the basket by Jokic. Here's Morris. The shot missing. Nice D from Porter. Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. For 3, Murray.
Beautiful contest there by one of the most tenacious defenders in the game, Patrick Beverley.
For Murray. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Inside. Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here is Morris. 9 points last game. Back to Beverley. Over Murray. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. The kick out to Porter. Here's the 3. Come on. That shot off the mark. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Leonard with no one around. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. Very sparing with his turnovers.
Now, here's Jokic. He's coming off a 10-point game against Dallas.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. That one drops for him.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
And the shot goes in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Millsap following the score by Reggie Jackson. Here's Bull. And he banks in the layup.
this is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Left side, Leonard. There's the three. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
The confidence Leonard shows from range now. You wouldn't know it was once a weakness.
Bull, the pass to Plumlee. Millsap, great positioning on the putback.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Clippers trail by 5. Williams inside. The shot from the low post is good.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
Morris right side. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Green. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Here's Millsap. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Green. Fires it up. It's rebounded by Dozier.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Banked in off the glass. Morris has got 6.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his team.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. The Nuggets on top. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2000.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Plumlee out there with Grant. Then there's Bull. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Daniels in at the 2. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Williams kicks to Leonard. Good on the triple. Leonard's got 6.
Off the catch, Leonard with the quick trigger. Nothing but money.
Ball's knocked loose. Daniels dishes to Plumlee. Back to Daniels, the 17-footer. And again, it's Denver. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
So it's Denver now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
Leonard, and Grant sends it back. Here is Daniels. He's guarded by Williams. Daniels, no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 8-point game.
Great pass by Lou. He's such a good scorer. That allows him to draw the defensive attention away from his teammates.
Grant Grant against Leonard. Grant the pass to Bull. Tries from 7. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Williams with a clean look and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. When you look at the luxury tax structure, Smitty, it's now more expensive than ever to maintain a championship contending roster.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's a choice of a lot of these organizations. Some organizations they want to do it, some don't. But I think if you want to win a championship, you're going to have to open up your checkbook.
Here's Shamet. It's tipped.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Michael Porter comes in for Bull. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Troy Daniels. And it's Jamal Murray in for Morris. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Leonard. Marcus Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac.
And a 2-for-1 is there for them if they want it.
Often the way you end quarters has a big impact on the outcome of the game.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Murray. Green with the rebound. Here's Beverley. And no good.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what...
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first. And that should...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Nikola Jokic getting it done today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverley in at the 1. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
Outside, Porter from deep three-point range sinks it. What range from outside? Wow! Porter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And here's Morris for 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
On the wing, George. He has 7. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Nuggets. They've led by as many as 11 points. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Zubac trying to break loose. Count it. And the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from George. Beverly against Murray. And the layup's good off the glass. Murray's got his first bucket in this one.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Beverly wide open. And it's off from three-point range.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
Plays it up and banks it in.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Murray against Beverly. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 9.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Pass to George. Over Millsap. And there's Paul George on the assist by Leonard. 11 points for George.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Murray for 3. Again, the miss by Murray.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Tips it. It's good on the putback. Morris has got 7 points in the game.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
And good that time.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Doesn't go that time. And Denver the other way now.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Clippers trail by 7. Porter against Beverly. Here's Zubac. It's good. Zubac has got his first 2 points of the night.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Passes to Millsap. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And once Millsap is that deep, hard not to come away with a foul.
The Nuggets have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Green is checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
And there's that high-arching bomb from Reggie. Way downtown this time. You see the development of his range.
Here's Jokic. The Nuggets with another miss. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 4. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Los Angeles shooting their first foul shots of the night here. So he gets them both.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And there's the pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. George looking over the floor. That one misses. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Grant down low with Jokic. Then there's Monte Morris, and it's Daniels in at the small forward spot.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Clippers trail by 6. They kick it out to Green. Back to Williams. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got his third assist on the night.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Here's Shamet. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
How about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Grant, that's good.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Shamet on the wing. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. The Nuggets leading by 4. In the corner, Daniels. Williams with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Jackson passes to Green. Another shot. The kick out to Williams. A floater. Good work defensively by Morris.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play. Skying high, one of his advantages as an undersized 4.
Clippers trail by 6. Morris looking over the floor. Drops in the tray.
And the one thing about Morris, he doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Jokic against Green. Fires the 3. Second chance shot, and it's finished off by Grant as he lays it in. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Outside Williams. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. The Nuggets leading by 5. Stolen by Jackson. The drive by Green. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dozier. That one goes in. The coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Williams in the post. Morris outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
Okay, when you're trying to make it come back, you can't be hucking up low percentage threes. You have to find a better shot within the offense.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Jackson passes to Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage. There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
There's Jackson with the three. Cans it from downtown.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Here's Dozier. Puts it up. A putback on the money.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right now.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
There's a look at downtown Los and well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5. Rebounded by Tucker. Harden kicks to Covington. Passes it to Tucker. Covington dishes to Harden. Step back shot with the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Now there's the grit you've come to expect from Tucker. Getting into position for the rebound and getting some points out of it.
Beverly looking around. Leonard on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Oh, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Right side, Leonard. Tries again. Morris. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
And Westbrook, here we go. Tucker finds Covington. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Deep 2 from Beverly. He drains the quick shot. Rockets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And he slams it one-handed.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
George looking around. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Now, here is George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
Outside, House buries the long-range jumper.
He has the D scattered on the break, and with his touch, that's a great shot.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Chris, when you look around the league, who do you feel is the most universally liked player in the league?
That's a good one, because so many players with great stories. How about Derrick Rose? Fighting all those injuries, coming back, having a 50-point game, becoming a leader again there in Minnesota. The youngest MVP ever, watching his ups and downs. Luka Doncic, how about that guy? That's just from excitement of play. The fact that he's just infused this Dallas team with energy and fun. It's so much fun watching him, and then you got to go with the elder statesman. In other words, we call him the old head where I'm from, and that's Vince Carter. If you don't love Vince Carter, something's wrong with you, because he's the line in the sand from Dr. J, Dominique, Jordan, and those dunkers. Anything that's happening today, Vince Carter, he's the man.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Shamit's checked in. Pass to Carroll. Right side, Green. Houston moving the ball around. Shots good by McLemore. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Carroll finds Green. Now here's Rivers. Pass to Carroll. Back to Rivers. Shot clock at 3. From deep, McLemore. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D there from George. Clippers trail by 6. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 6 points for George.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Carroll kicks to Green. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. 12 seconds left in the first. On the wing, Morris. There's 3-pointers off the mark. To the wing right side. From deep, McLemore. And so it's Houston with their lead standing at 6 points here. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about
throughout the years I've been trying to find.
You can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
You're exactly right, GA. I mean, they've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Jamari Carroll is out there with Green. Then it's McLemore. And it's Rivers. And it's Clemens in at the point guard position. Bucket is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rockets leading by 4. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
And that one drops. Green's got 8.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here is Williams after Jeff Green's bucket. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut back down to 2 at those points from Lou Williams.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points. That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Green passes to Shamet. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Now here's McLemore outside. The shot comes out, so the Clippers will take it the other way.
He hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do. But unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job, to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like, good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win, and so, yeah, coaches are usually the first to go, and it's unfair. But hopefully they have some connections and they have a good resume, because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will. Now, here's Covington. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Left side, Westbrook. And the rejection by Zubac. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. There's 1:38 left in the first half. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. Clippers trail by 4. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Oh, the impressive reach on display. Covington has a strong feel for when he has to go for the alley-oop.
Picked away. And it's the Rockets on the break. Houston moving the ball around. Outside, House. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Jackson dishes to Green. Outside Jackson. This one for 3. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound in this one. 32 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. Shot to stop the run. The Rockets pull it in. Westbrook's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's forcing things a little bit in this quarter, settling for shots that he'd be better off passing up.
Trying his luck from deep. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Here's Green. Good D by Covington.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their...
And so it's the Houston Rockets. 13 points up at the end of the period.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. And that's a wrap with the third.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. The shot by House is no good. Clippers trail by 11.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers. He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Now, here's George. 6 points for him.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Back to Harden. From outside the arc. The Rockets again can't hit.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Morris passes to Leonard. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Harden. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No, there's one award, but Harden is one. I think we can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again. And that's 6th man of the year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a star.
Landry Shamit's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Houston, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Robert Covington. McLemore has come in for Daniel House. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Rivers. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Green kicks to McLemore. The pass to Harden. Rivers with it. Clock at 6. They kick it out to Green, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Rockets making a change here. Carroll's checked in. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Here's Harden. Right side, Green. He dishes it to Rivers. Pass to Carroll. Back to McLemore. Fires for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. McLemore's got 6.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Clippers trail by 16. Here's Williams. And no good, trying to use the glass. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in for Williams. McLemore inside the line.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute to me.
And that one's good, Shamet. Rockets leading by 14. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That'll be his second foul of the game. 1:44 left to play in the third. Carroll passes to Harden. Houston moving it around. Here's Tucker. Another miss by Houston.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
Here's Shamet. That shot misses. And the Rockets take it the other way. Here is Harden. His point totals exceed any reasonable expectations. Somehow he's managed to average about 34.5 points a game.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
George finds Shamet. Now here is Morris. Guarded by Tucker. Takes a three. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket for Morris.
Well, yeah, Morris is just a tremendous shooter. He has great touch from beyond the arc.
On the wing, Harden lets the three fly. Trains the three-pointer. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And it's Shamet missing. Rockets leading by 14. Pass to Tucker. Here is Harden. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And for James Harden, he loves to be put on an island and go one-on-one against a defender.
Well, yeah, last season, Harden had as many ISOs called for him as some teams ran him. And that's all because of his coach. His coach calls the games that way. It's his bread and butter. And there isn't much you can do to stop him with one defender.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Green, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Landry Shamet. And it's Leonard missing. Harden with it. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Westbrook. Fires the three. That shot no good. And so it's Houston in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the three, the small forward. And here's Leonard. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Houston leading by 19 points. Down low. Covington kicks to Harden. And another three for Houston.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Morris looking over the floor. And here's Leonard from three. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his sixth rebound on the night.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Now Leonard. James Harden missing on the three.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Houston now is championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full win mode now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
Oh, the team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they're doing what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
Now here's Westbrook. Tries a three. Up again. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Harden. Here's the break. On up the court. And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. And once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Here's George. And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and Chris, music. Do you think it's always been this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like the old fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like, did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they've taken fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit I'm going to see guys walk in. Especially, I mean, come on. I love their games, and then I look and I say, wow. They have to be confident on the court because they wore that to the game. They're confident in life all around.
Overall, right.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
Harden lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 15 points in just the second half.
Quick and strong and determined. Harden has it all when it comes to scoring in the paint.
Here's George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And Harden launches it from deep. That three off the mark. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Caboclo comes in for Robert Covington. And Mbaamute's checked in for Danuel House. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Now, here's Mbaamute. And here's Rivers. Off target from outside. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better in different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, you got your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Well, the undrafted Rodney McGruder, Greg, has earned his way into the NBA.
It was 25 by the time of McGruder's rookie season. Has spent some time overseas and in the G League, but he's improved his game and has kind of carved out a spot here in the league.
Now, here is Harden. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Pass to Caboclo. Now Harden. He's guarded by Williams. Harden has a wide open look. The Rockets with another miss. Now here's Patterson. Guarded closely. Over in the corner, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Back to Patterson. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Now Harden. to end the cold streak. It's good.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
So we see Houston taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Man, this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes!
Good evening and welcome to tonight's present. DA. That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2-guard. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3 spot. And Brent, both teams really want this win. Playoff implications are at stake.
This is going to be an interesting night to see who it is that stands up, Kevin, and who it is that realizes the imperative nature of this game for their playoff chances. This could have some seeding implications as well.
And the players know it well, too, don't they?
The players know it well, and the veteran players and the players who have that experience and that hunger to get back there, they're letting the other guys know that tonight, let's lock in and tune it up.
Here's Jokic following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Stolen away. And here's Harden for three. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Here's Craig, right now averaging about 5 points a game, to the left side wing. A three ball. Good D by Westbrook.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
On deep. Porter pulls it in. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. 6-point game. For three, Murray.
You feel like he's wasting all of his energy on the offensive end of the floor, and that there might be a letdown on the defensive end for Westbrook. Say it ain't so. He's just too competitive for that.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Here's Covington. The putback. Here's Tucker. Ripped away. They double him with Jokic. Here's Murray. He can't hit that time. The Rockets go the other way with it. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Here is House following the basket by Jokic and stolen by Murray. Covington against Millsap. Here's Jokic. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
House the pass to Tucker, and he dunks it down.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Passes it to Jokic. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Porter outside. Harden grabs the miss. Houston leading by 4. To the inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, PJ gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now, here is Morris. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Inside, Plumlee, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, for people who question some toughness and determination, Plumlee showing off that he can finish through contact and growing in both of those areas.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agree, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. And some nice passing there by Houston. Rivers gets a wide open look, and the three ball is good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
To the middle. And the dunk by Grant.
Grant, one of those big guys that gets up off the ground like a guard. Love to see him throw it down.
And here's Rivers. 11-point game his last outing. Now McLemore. And it's off the back rim. No good. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Grant. The rebound by Jeff Green.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Pass to Rivers. With 1 on the clock. Good on the jump shot. Rivers has got 5 points so far. And so it's the Houston Rockets in control with the 9-point lead. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star.
Basketball, like passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Grant. Also Bull out there. Morris is out there with Plumlee, and it's Daniels in at the 2. Here's Grant. The Rockets making the shot. Daniels with it. It's rebounded by McLemore. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Green finds Carroll. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Carroll's got the lead up to 12 now for Houston.
And that's his role. That's where Carroll's at his best, the catch and shoot.
Daniels, no good. Houston's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Carroll passes to Clemens. Right side, Green. There's the pass to McLemore. Out left to the wing. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break. Fifth best, the Rockets.
And since the break, we've seen them ambush their opponents with that attacking brand of defense. And boy, have they reaped the rewards offensively. That is prototype rebounding right there. He gets the position down low, boxes out, and then corrals it.
You talk about solid role players, Brent. Mason Plumlee fits the bill.
Does such a great job consistently of coming in, being a physical player, setting screens and rolling. Probably an underrated part of his game is the way that he passes the ball, but never is going to get your team out of sorts with the way that Mason can play within his role.
Beyond the arc, the Rockets with another miss.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
Daniels dishes to Plumlee. The Nuggets with another miss.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Pass to McLemore. Here's Green. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Daniels passes to Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Shots good by Green.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Grant outside. Plumlee against Green, and it goes down 2 points. Plumlee's got his second basket.
That's what most want to see from Plumlee. Attack mode, pound the boards, have the confidence to finish off those kind of plays.
Passes it to Green. Kicks it to Rivers. Here's McLemore. He's covered by Daniels. Here's Carroll, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Carroll's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Grant the pass to Plumlee. Back to Grant. Rockets with the rebound.
His touches left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And that one's good. Green.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Plumlee, count it. Plumlee's got his third bucket of the night.
That's where Plumlee operates best. The closer to the basket, the better chance he has of converting.
Pass to Clemens. Houston moving it around. Rivers kicks to McLemore. Green dishes to McLemore. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Clemens. No good from outside. The Nuggets trail by 14. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Count the basket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's McLemore. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Clemens, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Houston came ready to play. Their sharp focus and apparent preparation for the match.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You have to like what you're seeing from Damari Carroll.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3, the small forward. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Now Westbrook following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. To the wing on the left. Back to Westbrook. Millsap grabs the miss, and it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. Down by 12. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense. But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who was a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Dozier's checked in, and it's Jamal Murray in for Plumlee. Harden missing again.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Porter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Westbrook kicks it to Tucker. Over Jokic. Tucker can't get it to go.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Murray outside. The 11-footer. The second chance effort. And that one's good. Jokic has got 6.
Yeah, Jokic in a smart place there, collects the offensive rebound, very alert, and cleans up the mess.
And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Dozier can't get it to go.
And barely anyone in the area, and still he whiffs on the bunny.
They get it back. Covington finds Tucker. Tries yet again. Harden outside. Tucker, the pass to Westbrook. Down low. Here's Covington. And that'll be 2, folks. The coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Murray. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Porter looking it over. It's good from long range. Houston leading by 3. And after essentially a redshirt rookie year with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering his freshman season at Missouri. If he can stay healthy, you're adding an elite talent to your rotation.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And the pass to House. To the paint. Here's Covington. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit is when they made the decision between their 2 bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividends.
Pass to Harden. 58 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. To the inside. Covington kicks to Westbrook. The Rockets with another miss. The Nuggets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Murray right side. Passes to Dozier. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
Yeah, although undersized, Millsap is a very, very hard worker. Uses his quickness that time.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Covington kicks it to Tucker. Lets a floater go. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Covington's got 6.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
But they recover it. Not going to go that time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Rockets lead by 2. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Craig is the 3 and Millsap the 4. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
For 3, Westbrook bangs home the trifecta. And the Rockets lead by 3.
You can't forget about Russell's range. I know it's not the most efficient shot, but he's capable of draining some perimeter shots in rhythm.
3-pointer. Headshot off. And it's Houston the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Harden dishes to Covington. He kicks to McLemore. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Denver. Harden outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Daniels, no good. Houston leading by 5. Knocked away. And now Jokic pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
What's Jokic, like 6'10" out there? Not many defenders are going to be able to match up with that kind of size.
Daniel House is checked in for Russell Westbrook. Free throw, good. Jokic. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. Right side, Covington. Cuts off the pass. Here's Craig. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on James Harden. And the first one drops. Both shots good from the stripe. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Clemens covered by Morris. House the pass to Clemens. Covington against Jokic. Covington's shot is off.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Daniels passes to Millsap. Double team on Millsap. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And Covington with the basket on the assist from Harden. And the Rockets lead by 2.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
That one good for 2.
Inside, outside. Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Pass to Morris. The 3 connects from 3-point range.
Oh, big 3 right there. I mean, I've got to say, defensive breakdown, no doubt. They've got to have a bigger man on him.
Harden outside. To the middle. Here's Tucker. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Inside. Here's Millsap. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 4 assists in the game.
Now that's why Millsap is such a counted-on player. Just knows how to hit the big ones.
Harden kicks to House. Here's Covington. Off on the layup.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, it's almost like he's got a magnet on that ball here tonight. He's in the right spot all the time.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 3. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's had the hot hand tonight, Kevin, no doubt about it. He's gotten his field goal percentage up over 60, and you're only going to get it that high when you're taking good, smart shots.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. This is still a close game, and he told us guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys.
Thanks so much, David. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And again, unable to change momentum here. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock for 3. Second chance shot. Can't capitalize inside. So we see Denver get the win here. A truly gutsy performance. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. benefits to this game, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20, and first looks at what's coming up in
the view high above our brook. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. They double him with George, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Mark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the moves, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
You just can't allow Millsap to get that kind of position. I mean, once he does have it, he's determined to score or at least get fouled.
And so Paul Millsap nails both of them.
You look at Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players. Came into the league after 3 years of college as an undersized power forward who has shown that he not only can rebound, but has become an all-star scorer, too.
Now, here is Morris. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Beverly, solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
Here's George. Makes it off the glass. And year in and year out, Paul Millsap finds a way, Clark, to get it done.
He does, guys. I mean, he's just rock solid. An all-star player multiple times. All he does is help his team win, and he does it in ways beyond just scoring and rebounding. He can open up space with his shooting. He's an outstanding passer, and he's also good at the defensive end and picking people's pockets.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Golden State Warriors. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at the Clippers. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, Denver right behind them, just one spot down.
And right now for the Clippers, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long time for people around the league to trust their success, but I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
Craig can't get it to go. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
And the rejection by Zubac. Here's George, and he slams it down right on top of Michael Porter.
Yeah, you know, George really enjoys being in the air. I mean, this guy has great body control and bounce, and his slams at times can be absolutely sick.
Here's Leonard, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Craig, good. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Beverly for three. Can't hit that one. Murray with the defensive effort.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Now, here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
G.A. drafted after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably hadn't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. He grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
Jacks up a 3. But they'll get another chance. Lets it go with a 3. And again, Denver no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking. Boy, an awful lot to like about that shot from Williams.
It's Porter outside. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Clippers?
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Marcus Morris is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Green, then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good name. Williams passes to Morris. Williams in the post. Morris kicks to Williams. Connects on the 9-footer. Williams has got his second basket of the night.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
And there's the pass to Plumlee. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside Jackson. The dish to Morris. Back to Jackson. Over Morris. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Grant. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Green. Shamet with it. Now Bowl defending. And it's in there. And it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Grant. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Grant's got 6 points.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Jackson passes to Shamet. Dishes it to Green. They get a hand on it. 5 on the clock. Back to Shamet. It's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Daniels has got his first 3 points of the game. Jackson against Morris. Here's Williams, and Grant sends it back. And he recovers it. And the wide-open shot from Morris. And the 3 off target.
And they had some box coverage that turned into no coverage.
A different look for the Clippers. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And Paul George is subbed in for Landry Shamet. Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets. Clippers leading by 6.
And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
Here's Morris, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Green with the block. Left side, George. Denver grabs the miss. 1:03 left here in the second. Here's Grant. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Williams, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Now, here's Beverley. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Shot on the wing. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Mavericks. Craig, good.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. George looking around. Over to the left wing. It's stolen. Here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
And you know, when Grant gets a chance for an easy basket, he really busts it down the floor. I mean, the quickness and athleticism he possesses, really hard to deal with defensively.
Leonard on the wing. With 2 seconds left, and he banks in the layup.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Well, the quickness of Paul George.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. Near flawless execution. And that'll do.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jeremy Grant, what a contribution.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2. George passes to Leonard. And he gets the bucket. Leonard's got the first basket of the third quarter for Los Angeles.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Morris against Millsap. Here's Jokic, and the rejection by Zubac. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Leonard. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Putting up about 25 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
Oh, my goodness! What a play!
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity. And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
Beverley against Murray. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Leonard attacking Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
And the rejection by Leonard. Morris outside, pass to George. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. Mark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jackson passes to Shamet. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range. Shamet's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Here's George. Again, Los Angeles.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
On the wing, Daniels. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Millsap. And easy 2 points on the layup. Millsap's got 6.
You know, this is where Millsap excels. I mean, a great interior scorer. He has the size and touch to pulverize defense.
Shamet the pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's sent back by Millsap.
Can't ignore Millsap's defensive instinct. Excellent timing, rising up to block shots.
Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for Jackson. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Green. Just 5 to shoot. Passes it to Shamet. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Nine seconds left here in the third quarter. And Murray, here we go. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Murray's got his first 2 points.
Tell you what, if Murray's on your team, you got to feel comfortable when he's working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all make him hard to guard.
And so it's the... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Beverly and Williams, the guards handle. Morris is out there with Green, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Misses the layup.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
And Beverly kicks to Green. Right side, Leonard. Clock at 6. Over in the corner, Beverly. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. The Nuggets trail by 12. And stolen by Williams. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard, no luck.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Craig out to the wing. Murray finds Jokic. Over Green. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You'd have to go far and wide to find any fan that doesn't enjoy watching Nikola Jokic play. This big fella is so smooth. He's got guard skills in a big man's body, and his game is so efficient. I love watching him work.
And with Jokic, passing and playmaking, Clark, are his trademarks.
Well, I tell you what, the Joker is some kind of special as a big guy. His passing and touch and field and shot making, he really impressed me with all of that. He does everything you want from a center on the offensive end of the court and does it in his own unique, special way. He's a delight to watch.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal. And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Back to Leonard. Count that one.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Green against Jokic. Here's Millsap. Puts the move on. Goes back up. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Jokic using that big body to his advantage. He's so skilled and crafty at getting the position he needs to corral those rebounds.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Green, and it's Paul George in for Lou Williams. And a switcher also for Denver. Porter's checked in, and the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him. Morris is checked in for Jamal Murray. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Craig passes to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
You know, Greg, Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize it.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh, my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight.
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Now the pass to George. Morris against Millsap. Fires top of the key. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easily.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. Leonard, no luck.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Now Jokic. And a wide open look for Porter. Jokic. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16.
Nuggets foul call. That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Clippers, Marcus Morris.
And free throw good for Morris.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Pass to Bull. Down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they execute.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony Clark.
unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to the special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena. And as they influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Clippers starting five. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the 3 spot. Well, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys starting to get nights off.
George looking around. Leonard on the wing. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Tucker. Shoots over Zubac. A nice shot by Tucker.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Beverley. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverley. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
And he's good on the second. And Smitty, with Beverley and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now. And it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
can't be that easy for him. Got to body him up down low.
And you have other methods as well. You could deny or you can just front the post.
Now here's Beverly. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And George kicks to Zubats. Shoots. That one rolling around and rims out.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
A putback. It's hauled in by Zubats. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Clippers now, trailing by 5. Outside for George. Covington with the steal.
Now, how about the energy and activity on that play? Great steal.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Now here's Beverly. Morris right side. And it's rebounded by Covington.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
So both teams changing it up here. Harden with it. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And he really controlled the pace of the game by getting to the line. The D could not slow him down, and he took advantage of it.
Shots good by McLemore.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 10-point game. Harden against George. Looking to end the run. And the rejection by Harden. Green inside the three-point line. And he can't bank that one in. Houston leading by 10. Here's Clemens. Good D by Williams. The Clippers have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Morris passes to Shamet. He kicks it to Williams. On the wing, George. Dishes to Green. 6 to shoot. That ball's nice speed that time from George.
JaMychal Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
Passes it to Harden from deep three-point range, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Shamet, and that's good for 2 as he grabs the feed.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
Green against Morris. The pass to Clemens. Kicks to Tucker. Uncovered. Again, the Rockets score.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
This has been a beatdown right here. Possibly over before it began.
Williams trying to break free. That one goes. Count it. Shamet's got his second bucket of the night. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harden outside. Green left side. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
He gets it up. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the... And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Jamari Carroll is out there with McLemore. And it's Green, and it's Rivers, and it's Clemens in at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The shot by Carroll, no good. Clippers trail by 10. And for a long time, JaMychal Green was mostly an energy player. But he's expanded his game lately.
Worked on developing an outside shot. He can drop a few threes from the power forward spot now, Kevin. He still has a high motor. You love the activity around the rim.
Here's Green. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams.
And let's take a look now at Russell Westbrook's numbers. An amazing run for him the second half of the season. 5th in scoring, and he's a defensive ball hog. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. It's Rivers on the wing. To the paint, hangs in the air, and it's laid up and in by Carroll. Carroll's got the lead up to 12 now for the Rockets. Jackson looking it over. And the shot is long.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
And finished off by Rivers.
Maybe not a supreme athlete. Austin does attack the rim with some force and attitude.
Clippers trail by 14. Outside Jackson. Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you're seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays. You know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
A 3 from Leonard buries it from 3-point range.
What I like about Kawhi's shot, no matter the distance, always seems to be on balance.
Westbrook passes to House. Covington against Green. He gets that one. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint. And really, that is why he is feared as a defender. Right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stopped. Love it.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
For the Rockets, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's James Harden in for Austin Rivers. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rodney McGruder's checked in for JaMychal Green. Harden and the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pass to McGruder. Back to Leonard. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
Outside Westbrook. 20 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Harden. Launches a 3. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 3rd assist on the night. There's Jackson with the 3. And it's rebounded by Covington. Here's Tucker. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Houston with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, Houston came ready to play. Their excitement over this matchup was evident as and
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You got to like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
It's stolen by Morris. Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in. George has got his first bucket of the night.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And here's Beverly. James Harden getting it to go from deep. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Tucker. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. George against Westbrook. It's Covington on the wing. Over Morris. The Clippers grab the miss.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5. Looking for some continuity.
Pass to Covington. Houston moving the ball around. From the arc. Tips it up. And Westbrook is right there. Westbrook's got 6.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Beverly finds Zubac. And here is Morris. Puts up a 3. Hits the 3-point bomb.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Now George. James Harden missing on the 3. 1:52 left in the third. Beverly dishes to Morris. Shoots over Covington. Morris with the bucket.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
The pass to Tucker. Stolen by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard with the ball. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Harden. Rockets leading by 10. Covington kicks to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now here's Leonard. He has 7. Beverly finds Leonard. Morris outside. Just 5 on the clock. To the middle. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And now look at Robert Covington. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. 3rd in blocks And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. Now here's Rivers. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. It's good on the putback. Carroll's got 8.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside Williams. No good on the 3. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's Green missing.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Shamet. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 8.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Pass to Carroll. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. It's intercepted. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Rockets lead by 12. And time for the short. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Houston, they've got McLemore. Jamari Carroll is out there with Green. Then it's Harden. And it's Clemens in at the point guard. It's stolen by Green. Stolen by Jackson. Morris, left side. It's stolen by Carroll. Clemens, covered by Morris. And Green is right there. And the Rockets lead by 16.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
It's stolen by Morris. Green in the post. He's against Green. There's Shamet. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Hey, Steve, if your team is holding on to a narrow lead, which player do you want defending that last shot of the game?
I would say Kawhi Leonard, Giannis because of his length, Paul George, Draymond Green, and I really love Klay Thompson. Not that he's going to block the shot, but he always stays in position.
Outside Jackson floats it up for Williams. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. The drive by Green. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for that matchup with the Kings, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And it's Shamet missing. Houston leading by 16. Green, the pass to Clemens. And some nice passing there by Houston. The 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Moore. Houston making some changes. P.J. Tucker comes in for Jeff Green. And Robert Covington subbed in for Damari Carroll. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Back to McLemore. Wide open shot is on the money. And the Rockets lead by 18. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Left side Jackson. He feeds it to Green. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And
it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
It's just one trip down the court, but you have to have short memory in this league or you won't last long.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
And it's Shamet missing.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection added.
That was something else.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Houston.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for James Harden.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
Shoots the three. Good on the three-point shot.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Tucker can't get it to go.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Green. And Green is right there.
Credit Jermichael for all the hard work he's put in. A longtime D-League standout who's found his role and then some.
For three, Westbrook. That one's not going to go. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This game may not have been. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do.
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments. And whatever works, David. Thanks. Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington. And it's House in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big man. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2. Now here's Millsap. Murray outside to the inside, knocked loose. Covington with the steal, and it's the Rockets on the break. Porter with a block. Now here's Jokic. He's covered closely. Westbrook against Murray. Kicks to Millsap. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Covington. Here's Porter. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
Outside Millsap. On the wing, Porter. That's good, and it's Millsap with the assist. Porter's got 5 now.
And shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jumper.
Yep, that one goes.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Murray surveying the D. And that one's good. Millsap.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers.
Yeah, as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
Denver with the ball. James Harden missing on the 3. And it's the Rockets on the break. House has got the ball. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Murray. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. He's putting up about 17 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds.
To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
From deep, Harden knocks down the three ball. Inching closer to the postseason, Chris, the playoffs right around the corner. Is there anything you would change with the playoff format?
You know, I thought about this a lot, and because it's cyclical, meaning who's going to be number 1 or number 8 in your conference, that makes me not want to change anything. One idea, however, that I've always entertained is top 1 through 16. So it doesn't, let's take conferences out of it, let's take divisions out of it and just rank them by records 1 through 16. I think that would have a pretty good impact on who's in and who's out, but I think would also mess with travel and a whole logistical and a whole bunch of logistics in that way and mess it up. But I really like how we have it, man. 1 through 8 on both sides and made the best team win.
How about reseeding?
But we could reseed, and that just opens up so many. You know what? I'm a guy, I got to get used to changing. Maybe if I hear some more ideas, I'm with it, but right now I like it the way it is.
I hear you. And here's Westbrook after Michael Porter made the last three-pointer. House the pass to Harden. Oh, good on the triple.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now here's Westbrook. Here's Covington, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Outside, Porter. Pass to Jokic. Here's Craig, guarded by Tucker. On deep. Rebound by House. It was the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Mavericks. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Murray against Westbrook. Murray, the pass to Jokic. It's over Tucker. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Nuggets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Inside. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Jokic.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
To the left wing. Here's Bull. Over McLemore. Bull, that's good. Back right after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
You've got Monte Morris. Grant is out there with Plumlee. Then there's Bull. And it's Dozier in at the 2 guard. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Plumlee. The rebound by Jeff Green. Rivers scanning the floor. And it's Green with the jam.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man. Former Georgetown Bulldog Jeff Green, now a veteran in the NBA. I mean, he's bounced around the last handful of years, but he's a smart player who still knows how to make an impact.
And that one, good. Green's got the lead up to 4 now for Houston.
The defense is aggressive on him, but when you're giving up that much height, there's only so much you can do.
Up top, Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And for Green, who is almost out of the league due to a heart condition, he's had a great career.
He has, Kevin. I mean, he's never been an all-star, but his production has never been lacking at any of his stops. I mean, lately, Green has been best as a leader for the second unit. He came up with a handful of scores every game.
And now let's highlight the highest scoring teams in the NBA. In second, the Rockets.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board and hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Chris, is there someone you competed with that you feel is underrated by history, has not been given their due?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think when you look at White Chalk to Jason Williams, what he started in the culture of play and what he continued. And you look at Ben Wallace, who I played with 4 years at Washington, and he was coming off the bench there, and we saw that potential with him. I mean, the way he led the league in rebounding, his defensive prowess. I mean, the Pistons wouldn't have had a championship and gotten to another final if it wasn't for him. And also, I got to shout my man out, Mike Bibby and Peja Stojakovic, two of the best shooters I played with.
Oh, great names, and I totally agree.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Dozier. The rebound by Jeff Green.
Doesn't take much to impact his shot. I mean, even at point-blank range.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And let's see what Denver has coming up. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for their matchup with the Clippers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Bol making his last shot and pushing it up. Here's Denver. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Feeds it to Green. Plumlee with the steal. Passes to Daniels. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in.
And most fans think of the Rockets as offense only, but that's not the case at all.
No, GA, I mean, they force a good amount of turnovers, and they trap pretty well. I mean, the defense has been solid for them the past few years, if you ask me. Nothing mind-blowing, but this team is certainly not one-sided.
Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second-chance points can add up. Green. Some solid defense from Grant.
He's not an easy man to stop, but he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
Ball kicks to Dozier. Daniels from outside. No good on that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. Rivers dishes to McLemore. And some nice passing there by Houston. Carroll passes to Clemens. Back to Carroll. And Grant sends it back. Here's Daniels. Drops in the layup for 2. Daniels has got his first basket. Rockets trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Carroll. Lays it up off the glass.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now Daniels finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5. Houston's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Carroll passes to Clemens. Rivers with it. He's covered by Grant. It's Rivers on the wing. But they get it back. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. What a start for Michael Porter. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. One guy who's getting it done is Jeff Green.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And so in the game for the Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. P.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the small forward. Now here's Murray. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Off target with his 3. And it's the Rockets on the break. Westbrook leading the charge.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
No question, GA. I mean, it takes skill and a certain level of fearlessness.
Murray against Westbrook. Murray kicks to Porter. Shot clock at 6. A three-pointer, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Harden finds Covington, and it's blocked. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And Jokic gets it to go.
No hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert to easy.
Back to Tucker. That one, no good. Nice D from Porter. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Morris is checked in for the Nuggets. And Covington sends it back.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, he delivers that with
I can't believe it. I cannot believe that.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Now, here is Morris. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And it's the Rockets on the break. And the jam by Harden.
When you put everything into your defense like Tucker does, good things happen. Like easy points off of a terrific steal. Well, I love P.J. Tucker. He's a player that doesn't do a whole lot in the box score, but he passes the eye test. He plays defense, he's tough, he rebounds, and you know he'll hit that corner 3.
Now, here is Morris. No good with the elbow jumper.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Nuggets trail. And Tucker, Chris, the type of player who will do all the small things for a team.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be anything more than he is with the stars on his team, and he knows that. Tucker's a great glue guy. He sets screens, guards anyone, rebounds, hits his shots.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Harden outside. From deep three-point range, Millsap grabs the miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Here's Craig. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Daniels is checked in, and a change for the Rockets. Then McLemore, he's checked in for Danuel House. Chris, middle of last season, plenty of drama around the AD trade request. Davis wanting to leave New Orleans. Some say all publicity is good publicity. But Commissioner Silver clearly does not agree.
I don't agree either, and I think if you go back, the Lakers would say that's a self-inflicted wound. Some things are best left in the locker room. Let me tell you this. Every team tried to trade for AD except the team that didn't have him last year and maybe the Golden State Warriors. So everyone was out there. It just wasn't the rumors. And so, no, you never really like those rumors. They affect young players. They affect the player that may be being traded for. They affect the home fan base. They affect everyone. So you want to try to keep all of that in-house. Some things are better left unsaid.
Stolen by Tucker. And here we go. Houston running again. Up again.
And when Harden gets to cooking, you got to feed him. You got to keep feeding him. He's an excellent rhythm scorer.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Nuggets. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. And the shot goes in. And it's 6 points for Millsap.
And look at it, a significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
Here's Carroll over Millsap. And it's Houston with another.
And how about Carroll using his size there, taking it strong inside.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Morris outside. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Jokic. Second shot opportunity. No good on the layup.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Rockets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Murray outside. Here's Jokic. The rebound by Harden. Here's Tucker. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Houston with their lead standing at 6 points. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray, and it's Daniels in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Now here's Harden. And that one hits back iron.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
That one's in there. Pocket lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket for Murray.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Houston moving the ball around. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Harden's got 22 points.
That gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Here's Dozier. Rebounded by Covington. Rockets leading by 7. McLemore, the pass to Clemens. Here's Dozier. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I love the commitment from Murray on defense, moving his arms all around to come up with these steals.
McLemore dishes to Covington, and the layup falls. And the Rockets lead by 7.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backcourt.
From downtown, Denver grabs the miss. Millsap's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And there's the pass to Daniels. Here's Dozier. High post try. Again, the Nuggets score.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now, here's Tucker. And stolen by Murray. Unhindered, going all the way.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
Harden the pass to Tucker. Gets the bucket and the foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be. sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Murray. The Rockets making the shot. On the wing, Porter. Here's Millsap. Another shot. And the layup is good. Millsap's got 4 this quarter.
And they count on Millsap to deliver in these big moments. And there he does.
The putback. They get the rebound. Here's Craig. Jokic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
The shot's good from Westbrook.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Here's Craig. And that'll be 2 free. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double-checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Ulrich.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. This is a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move, right now. Kevin?
And so here's Denver. The Rockets making the shot. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Shoots over Tucker. Jokic kicks to Murray. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Now, here's Westbrook. It drops.
And relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But, GA, this is no let-up. And, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Pass to House. Back to Harden. Outside Westbrook. From deep. It's good from beyond the arc.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.